this video we will be learning how to code in Lua. This is going to be the first part of a series. The first thing we're going to learn is how to print. So first, you're going to want to go to server script service. This is like where you store all your scripts. You're going to click on this little plus icon. You're going to click on script and boom, you have a new script. So we're just going to delete this. First thing we're going to learn is printing. Printing is like, it doesn't affect your game, but it can show you, like, it's like, you'll see. It's like you can see whether your code is working properly. You can see if my code is working properly, print, yes, it's working. So everything you print will be here in this output. To actually get the output, you have to go to view and then output. And to get this, you have to get Explorer. And now, first we're going to say print with a lowercase p. You'll get the hang of the capitalization soon enough, but for now, just remember how it's capitalized. If it's uncapitalized, if it's incorrect, it'll say, it will, no, and it'll be like, okay, here's print, and, okay? So now, inside of this, there's going to be parentheses. So you're going to do parentheses, and then you're going to do quotations, and then say, hello. Then if we click this play button over here, and over here it says hello. And but now what happens if you don't have the quotations mark is it's nil. Nil basically means like it doesn't know what to do, or there's nothing to do, it's confused. So over here we have to do quotation marks, right? And then we can also do, you know, all this stuff, and then we just get a bunch of random stuff, right? So that's cool. And then we can also do in here, this print can also do arithmetic, right? Like math, whatever. You don't worry, we're not gonna do like trigonometry or any, like basic stuff like that. But when you're doing arithmetic or math, you don't do any quotations, because then let's say you do it in quotations, it's going to print 4 plus 5, but it's not going to print the answer. But if you remove the quotations, it's actually going to do the equation. So then it's going to be here 9, and then there's the different symbols. Obviously plus is plus, minus is minus, multiplication is star, it's not x, because then it'll be like, what does that mean? It thinks like 4x, like, so it doesn't know what x is, so multiplication it's star, division it's slash. Okay, that's basically printing. It's quite easy, and if you're not ready, you should probably like play around with this printing for a little bit, and then once you get the hang of it, you can unpause the video and go on to the next topic. So just pause the video right now and then go and mess around. Okay, I guess you messed around, or you haven't and you just don't care enough, which, okay, that's cool. Next, we're going to learn about variables, and you're like, why are we learning so much? This is probably the only 2 topics. We're going to cover 2 topics, maybe 1 topic a video if it's hard, but then it's fine. So to do a variable, you just do local. Local, we don't need to worry about what it means right now. It just, right, for now, we'll learn later what local means and all that, but for now, just do local, and then what should we name our variable? We'll say tacos, right? Local tacos, and then you do equal. And then ignore this stupid AI assistant. Anyways, let's say we want to set tacos to hello, right? Then if we print, right? So we make it so tacos is equal to hello. And this quotation marks basically means string, right? So if you want to print words, you have to do a string. You have to add these things. But if you want to add words to a variable, like make a variable equal to words, then you also have to make it a string by adding quotation marks. Also, you can also, I believe, do single quotation marks, but you can't do double and single or single and double. But for this, we'll be using double as it looks better. I don't know. And now, if you want to print variables, right? If we just go print tacos, right? It's just going to print tacos, right? It's not going to actually print what tacos it's equal to. So we have to not make it a string. We have to say print tacos. It's going to print hello. Right, that's pretty cool. And now, if we remove this, we can say tacos is equal to 4 plus 5 times, I don't know, 17, right? Then if we print tacos, it's 89. Remember, arithmetic and variables are not strings, so they don't need quotation marks. Now, if we were to put this in quotation marks, we would get the actual thing of what it says. But if we were to not put it in quotation marks, we will get it of not what it says, like the actual sum. So now let's go, see? Look, now 89, right? All this stuff. And now there's there's one thing you can never do. Let's see. Because Lua, it kind of runs like from first line to next line, right? It runs from the first line, and then the second line, and then the third line, and so on, right? So, but if you put the variable after, it doesn't know what tacos is, because at line 2, tacos, you have not put tacos equal to anything, so it'll get confused. So if you ever want to print a variable, you have to put it before. Like, if you don't understand, basically think of it as this, right? You can't print tacos if the game doesn't know what tacos is, right? So if you define what tacos is after, it's like, what is tacos? And then it sees it's not a string, but it thinks it's a variable, but it doesn't know what the variable is. So then the game is like, wait, what is happening? Also, this is going to probably be the final topic. These videos are going to be short. And then at the end, I'm probably going to give you like short quiz. But anyways, so you can also do local, variable is equal to nil, right? And now what nil means is like it's not equal to anything yet. And now this is useful for later on, because later on we're going to learn how to change the meaning of a variable. Okay, and basically what nil means is like it's not equal to anything. So let's say we print a variable. It's going to be like, what is variable equal to, so it's nil. It's not printing nil because it's equal to nil. It's printing nil because its variable isn't defined yet. Okay? Okay, final thing we're going to learn. It's called booleans. It sounds fancy, but you don't really need to remember the name. All you do need to remember is that, let's say local, I don't know, what true or false equals true. Now, if something's equal to true or false, then it's considered a boolean, which means it is not a string and you do not need quotation marks, right? And now, since you've learned everything, we have to make sure it's actually sticking. So now I'm going to give you a quick quiz, which you can do on your own and hopefully figure it out. So, this is going to be the first video. We don't want to make anything too complicated. Your first task is to make a variable called hi, make it equal to 17, then print it. Your second task is to print 7 times 8 plus 17. Right now, the quizzes are going to be easy, and the knowledge, you're not going to have to learn anything, but further on, it's going to get more advanced. Anyways, screenshot this. I don't know. I'm out. Bye.